forks in the road throughout your life, but I imagine many of you, if not all of you, have. Life isn't perfect. Such was my divorce about 3 years ago. Since then, I've begun rebuilding. I'm happy with where I am. But just when I'm forging ahead, just when I'm feeling my footing, and when I really feel like the shape of my new life is taking hold, there might be a setback. Something triggers the past. The other day I found my 9-year-old's password-protected journal. It's kind of a plaything she got from a sleepover. And just as I was getting ready to set it on her dresser, I thought, I wonder if I know the password. So I picked it up, and I held it to my mouth, and I took a guess, and I said, "Summer rocks." And just like that, on the first try, it unlatched. Now this password-protected journal must be written with a magic pen, visible only by light. So I open it, and it looks like it's all blank pages. I hold it to the light, expecting to smile and read about iCarly episodes, soccer games, sleepovers. I wish my mom and dad weren't divorced. The moment felt so exigent. I wanted to get in the car as fast as I could and drive to her dad's house. I wanted to pick her up and hold her. I wanted to explain everything. I wanted to apologize for any yelling she may have heard. I wanted to blame my parents for allowing me to marry young. I wanted to curse the courts for granting week-on, week-off custody. I wanted to blame the church I was raised in. And I wanted to blame myself. It was one of those moments, I'm sure you've had them, a moment where you know I could spiral downward right now. I could go to a really dark place. But I didn't have any other option but to be positive. I wasn't going to look around and let fear seep in, wonder if I was ever going to accomplish this or that. Emerson said, for everything you've lost, you've gained something else. And for everything you've gained, you've lost something else. You can't have it all. So I set the journal down on her dresser, and I continued cleaning, choosing instead to look at all that I had gained, in spite of the loss. I walked through my house, my rental house. I touched the periwinkle walls that Summer had picked out, that I had stayed up late to paint on a work night. And I walked throughout the rest of the house as I cleaned. I walked in my bedroom. I saw my college textbook on the dresser. I saw race numbers from 5Ks I had run. I saw pictures of myself with girlfriends, strong women, who would come into my life just when I needed them. Steve Jobs said, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever, something. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. Maybe you've had those same moments. Maybe your life is not exactly as you had planned it as a child. Maybe you don't have the exact job that you wanted. Maybe you don't have the degree that you wanted. Maybe you're not living where you wanted. Maybe you've had a physical diagnosis, something. Maybe you've lost people in your life. But you must trust that the dots are connecting. As I finished cleaning, walking through my house, feeling much better than I had when I read that journal entry, I resolved right then and there that the dots are connecting, that regardless of the loss in my life, the rebuilding is taking shape. I continued walking and I saw the card game from the night before, the ungamed cards of the discussion prompts. And I started feeling better. I knew that all that feels crooked right now will in time straighten itself out, and that I will be okay, and that my girls will be okay. So I challenge you today, when you come upon a fork in your road, when you're faced with pain or loss, to know that the dots are connecting, and that there will come a time when you will look back and it will make sense. But you must trust in something. Trust karma, your gut, higher power, something, that those dots are connecting.
Let's take a minute to give Carin evaluation. All of you should have a form, so please complete that and we will be back in 1 minute.